Hey, my name is Rylan. I work with Trinity Fitness. Trinity Fitness is a Christ-centered, faith-focused gym where all people are welcome. Our vision is healthy people inside and out in every community across America. Well, I'm a person that grew up in faith, and there's been times in my life where I've doubted my faith and I've doubted God. Have you ever doubted God or doubted your faith? Or maybe you're a person that's doubting right now and you don't want to take a step into faith. Well, quick story for you. The man that married my wife Lindsay and I almost 6 years ago, his name is Brandon, and when he got his pastor job at the church which he pastored when he married us, the board of directors interviewed him, kind of brought him in. They had a bunch of interviews to get to know who this person was, if they wanted to hire him for the position to pastor the church. And they had one last question before they accepted him to take the position. And they asked him, they said, "Hey, what do you believe about the story in the Bible called Jonah and the whale?" If you're not familiar with the story, basically a man's on a ship, falls out of the boat, a whale swallows him, he lives in the fish for 3 days, and then the fish spits him out onto dry land and he survives. And Brandon said, "I believe it's a true story." And, you know, as I look at my faith and I look at my view of God and I look at stories in the Bible, there has been times in my life where I have straight up just doubted God. I've doubted that He exists. I've doubted certain things in Scripture. And you know what? I think that's very normal, and I think it's more normal than we even talk about in the faith communities. I think that doubt is actually a very natural part of human nature. And a lot of times it's not talked about, I think, because people feel guilty, they feel shame, they feel like they're immature maybe if they talk about it. And the truth is, it's something that Jesus ran into with a man in the Bible as well. And Jesus responds very kindly to him. And the man, it's in Mark chapter 9, verses 24. Basically, the man says, "Hey, I believe that you're able to do things, Jesus, but I also have some unbelief that I'm working through. Would you help me with it?" And I think that's a really, really cool way to go about your doubts. If you have doubts, track them down, man. Don't just push them away. Don't just suppress them. I think that God cares about your doubts, and I think that God's big enough to help you work through them. So that's my encouragement. If you have doubts about faith, research them. Go into the Bible. There's been plenty of times where I have had to go back into my doubts, and you know what? I've been walking with God since I was 11, and I still have doubts. And I think that God is big enough that He can handle your doubts, and I don't think that you're going to lose your faith if you go into those things. Be encouraged. Have a great day.